And time for our talk of the town today here on AM 1390 KRFO. Just a reminder, roads are slippery, so be aware of some slippery spots out there. Already one traffic fatality earlier this morning in Steele County, but no further details on that. Joining us today on our talk of the town, we're going to talk about the smart buses. Melinda Estey joins us. You find the roads a little slippery too, or?
It was a little slippery this morning, yep.
Okay. And we've got a few things we want to talk about, but I guess the main thing we want to mention the fact you're reaching out into Waseca County in just a little over a week.
Yeah, we're really excited. January 2nd, that Saturday, we'll start services in Waseca County. So we're ramping up and getting the word out.
And how is that going to work for those who are in Waseca County? You're talking the whole county, or how do you use the bus if you live in Waseca County?
We will begin with 2 buses. So we'll have one bus that's operating a route, just like we do in Owatonna, Austin, Albert Lea. So from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Waseca, in the city, there will be a route bus making set stops around the city. Every hour it'll have the same stops. And we're publishing that everywhere we can think of at the moment. And then we'll also have, effective immediately, a county-wide route, and that will operate Monday through Friday from 7 to 5 as well. And I take that back, it's not a route, that's our county-wide demand response service. So that's our service where you call ahead and schedule a ride. We'll show up and pick you up at your door and take you where you need to go. And that cost is $2.50 if it's in the county or outside of the city of Waseca, and then $1.50 for rides on our route bus in the city.
Okay. And I imagine you have that route inside the city of Waseca somewhere on your website. And where do we find your website?
The website is smartbusmn.org, and we are actually working to get that updated at the moment. We're having a little technical timing difficulty, but we're going to get that updated. And then we also have it on our Facebook page, which is the same thing. Go to Facebook and search smartbusmn.org, and you'll find that information.
Okay. And so for the folks in, say, rural Waseca or anywhere in Waseca County, it's going to be like, Steele County and such. So we'll just go over it again. You come in maybe once every 6 months. I'm standing here at the radio station. I want to go to Blooming Prairie at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. What do I do?
Well, in Steele County, you're going to call, actually in any of our counties, you'll call the same 800 number. It's 1-855-762-7821. It's 855-SMART-B1 to try to make it a little easier there. And then you'll talk to our dispatchers. You're going to let them know what you need for your trip, where you're going and what timing. And then they're going to enter it into our system to see what availability there is. In Steele County, we actually head to Blooming Prairie twice a day, Monday through Friday, and then we head to Medford twice a day at specific times. So we're going to try to gear your trip around those times as best we can.
If perchance I take the last bus to Blooming Prairie, is there a way to get back home?
You'd have to wait till the next day.
Okay.
Or there might be taxi service available to meet that need as well.
So you have to do some planning ahead and thinking ahead. But otherwise, if you wanted to, say, take the smart bus somewhere to the north side of Owatonna, make sure a good idea to also say, by the way, I want you to come take me back to the south end of town in 2 hours, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We suggest scheduling that return trip when you make your original trip.
Okay.
We always do our best to do on demand as needed. So you could call and say, I need a ride in an hour, and if we can do it, we absolutely will. But, we schedule all our rides first come, first serve, and so we request that you make that reservation as soon as you know, just to make sure there's better availability.
How has ridership been? Is it holding steady or moving up? Or
It has held steady. It's interesting, we see different patterns with the weather. So surprisingly, the warmer weather, we have more traffic on occasion. If people are little more accustomed to getting out and about as opposed to rainy or freezing cold days, people stay in. So overall, it's been holding a little steady with some growth in all 3 of our cities. So that's good to see.
Okay, I've got my bus ordered. Do I need the exact change, or do you take checks, credit card? How do I pay you?
We do accept check payments. That would be payable to Cedar Valley Services. That's our parent company. And our drivers do not have access to cash or change. So we do require exact change for those rides. We also offer token purchases. And those are generally available buy 10, get 1 free. So we offer a little discount there. And then our route bus also has an unlimited monthly pass, which is a great option for anybody that rides regularly on those routes. So it's $30 a month for that route pass, and you can ride it anytime. And then if you need a ride on the weekend when our routes are not operating and you have that bus pass, you can pay an additional 50 cents for that demand response service. So it's still a cost-effective option for you.
And again, I asked the same questions, but again, it's good to bring them up. Can I take my cat with me or my dog?
You can take animals in a crate
Okay.
if you need to get them to the vet or take them with you anywhere. There's no problem with that. And obviously, we allow service animals to do their job on the bus as well without a problem.
And this time, especially this week, if you use the bus to go shopping, was there how many packages? Is there a limit? Obviously, I can't fill up 10 seats with
Right?
packages. Is
Yeah.
there kind of a guideline or what?
There is a guideline. Our guideline is essentially keep what you can within your control. The bus is a moving vehicle. If we have to make a sudden stop, packages can go flying, and we want to make sure that your packages are safe, but more importantly, that our passengers are safe. So a quick stop can create a projectile if there's a package that's unleashed, and so we request that you carry packages that you can control. And we do have hooks on a lot of the buses so that you can position your grocery bags on the hooks, and it allows you to carry just a little bit more. But we wouldn't allow a grocery cart, for instance, to come on the bus and unload because one, for timing, we're trying to get as many people to where they need to be as possible, and then also for that projectile concern.
I just thought I'd bring it up because there's always one in the crowd that's going to try something like that.
Yeah, and we know it's an essential need. We want to help people get their groceries, so we just want to do it safely.
What kind of hours are you going to be? We have holidays coming up now. What are we talking about? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or what's that?
Yeah, we are closing early on Christmas Eve. We'll be closing at noon, so please plan accordingly. And then we're closed Christmas Day. We'll reopen again on Saturday at our normal hours. And for New Year's Eve, we will close at 5 p.m. and we'll be closed New Year's Day. And then on the 2nd of January, we'll resume at our normal operating hours.
Okay. And you have the regular routes stops in Owatonna as well. There are going to be some tweaks, I understand, some changes.
Yes. If any of you have ridden the bus, you've experienced some delays in our route bus. And so we've made some changes effective January 2nd, actually January 4th when that route starts up again, that will really make a difference in helping us be on time. So we will be not stopping regularly at Aldi, Fairway, and the Community Education Building. We'll still stop there on request. So if we go there for you now, we'll be putting those in the system as a regular ride if that's how you're set up. But otherwise, we'll ask that you call ahead to schedule a pickup or a drop off there, or just tell the driver when you get on the bus that you want to get off at those stops. So by not pulling into those 3 stops every hour, unless requested, we'll be able to stay on track a little more. And then we will be adjusting kind of the path that the route bus takes on the southeast end of town just to make it a little quicker and more efficient. We'll also be adding on-request stops at the Brooks up at 2480 St. Paul Road. So if you are on the route bus and you want to go to the Brooks or get picked up there, you can request that we go there. And then the Cedardale South Apartments at 325 and 345 Cedardale. We make a lot of stops there now. So we're just throwing that on the brochure in the timing as an on-request stop at 30 minutes past the hour. So.
Okay. And do you still have, like, say, the Brooks is one of the regular stops, but if you're 2 blocks away, the bus will vary a little bit still, a block or 2 or not?
Yep, absolutely. We will deviate on the route up to 3 blocks. So
okay.
3 blocks off of our published route, which again is kind of the standing line that we take every hour, and then any of those, it'll be 10 standing stops going forward. With those on-request stops when they're requested.
And we'll talk more about just the regular service, but we'll just kind of mention a little bit that there's going to be a change. It looks like you're going to add another service come fall for little kids.
Yeah, we are really excited. We've been working with the Owatonna School District, the United Way, and Southern Minnesota Initiative Foundation on a project for early childhood education. So we're really excited that we've put in for an extra grant with MnDOT. And we will be adding 1 bus to our fleet to provide preschool transportation in Steele County, and that will begin this fall in 2016. So additional information will be coming out with the preschools and with the United Way, but we're just really excited. We know there's a lot of need for that in Owatonna, and so we're happy to get that going. And that's a service that we do provide also already in Albert Lea and in Austin. So we've had great success with that. The preschoolers love it. That little bit of independence with a little bit of guidance on the buses too, but it's just a really big need that we're excited to fulfill.
Like Albert Lee Austin, do you have to have an extra person kind of on to kind of watch the kids, or are they okay going alone, or how's it work?
We each of those communities does it a little different. In Austin, we have a really thorough partnership with United Way and a program that's been established for a number of years where we work with Parenting Resources Center as well, and they provide aides on the buses. So in Austin, we have aides on the buses every day that help the preschoolers get buckled in and with their payments. In Albert Lee, we had to put it together as a really quick program because their existing provider or their funding source changed, and so they weren't able to go with their existing provider. So we put together a program really quick. We had volunteers on the bus for the first several weeks. We do have volunteers on the bus on occasion, but for the most part, those preschoolers do it all on their own, and they're comfortable with the bus process and the drivers, and we just sort of walk them through the process in the beginning and lay down the guidelines, and then they get accustomed to it really quickly. So it's really fun for the drivers too to see them every day.
Would you be able to give a description of the typical smart bus rider in Owatonna, or is it really a big potpourri, a mixture?
It really varies.
It does.
In all of our communities. And it's different in each community too based on the community support we've received. Austin, we do probably more rides to work than any other service.
Okay.
Owatonna, we do a lot of senior transportation. We do a lot of disabled adult trips. All of our buses are fully handicap accessible, so they all have a wheelchair lift, which works for walkers as well, or anybody that has any difficulty with a step. So we're more than happy to use that service for anybody that requests it. And Albert Lee, we do a little more senior population than other, but we're really pushing to meet those essential needs for anybody that needs it. So public transportation is legitimately open to the public. Anybody can ride for any reason, and it's first come, first serve. So we're happy to just help as many people as we can. You
mentioned you have regular runs twice a day to Medford, Blooming. But what about Ellendale? Does that still have to be a demand call, or you have to call?
Yep, Ellendale would be a scheduled, a requested stop. We'll go to Ellendale when people request it, and then we try to work that into the time when we head to Blooming Prairie. So it's an early morning. It's like a 6:45 a.m., and then we go back around 2:33.
Do you go out in the country? I mean, if you live on a dead-end road 6 miles out of Ellendale, do you go out that far out, or do you have to get into Ellendale? How does that work?
We will go anywhere in the county.
Okay, that's good to know. Just refreshing people's memories, or those who maybe had never taken it. Melissa Estey from Smart Bus is with us. Maybe we'll kind of go back to the Waseca and again just recap when and what's going to be happening in Waseca County.
Good. So again, we're starting January 2nd with one Saturday bus. Will be demand response. So call ahead and schedule your ride. Again, any questions or if you want more detail, you can call our dispatch center at 855-762-7821. So in Waseca, we're starting Monday through Friday, 7 to 5. We will have Saturday service there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then we also will have service on Sundays in Waseca from 8 a.m. to noon, so to assist with church and any other needs on those days.
Okay. Anything else we need to add about the Smart Bus, either any county you want, Melissa? Or are we all done? We got it wrapped up?
I think we kind of covered it all. We're excited for services to start in Waseca. We just want to see as many people on the bus as we can, and I'm happy to help.
Okay. Melissa Estey from the Smart Bus, our guest today on Talk of the Town here on AM 1390.